Here we go.
Without shitting my pants.
You know I'm not gonna edit that out.
As I said, I was ready, and I said the best thing I could possibly have said.
Hi everybody, I'm Hugh. That's Keelan over
Uh,
there. Yeah, right over there.
uh,
We're back for another podcast thingamajigger. And yeah, Keelan, what do you want to talk about today?
well, it sounds like you want me to talk about me not living with my wife for a month while
Quitting your
I had a
job and
big,
moving across state lines and stuff.
yeah, very abruptly.
Yeah, just all of a
Very
sudden at my
abruptly.
wedding, you're just like, hey, guess what? I'm moving.
Yeah,
Even
I literally,
farther
I
away.
didn't even tell him. I literally just pulled up to his wedding, walk in the doors, was like, "Hi, hey, guess what? I'm moving." And all of his groomsmen were like, "Oh, where are you moving to?" And I'm all like, "Oh, I'm moving to Des Moines." They're like, "Oh my god, we all live there too." And he was just like, "Really? No, I gotta move to Des Moines." It's like, no, now y'all gotta move here. That's not even fair. Yeah, it was pretty funny because I've been playing video games with uh, the group for quite a while at this
have,
point. So it was like all of a sudden it was just like, oh, I guess I have a whole bunch of friends where I'm moving to. I thought I was gonna be pretty much alone.
have you
So
even hung out with them yet?
no, I haven't.
Dude, what the hell?
I have been going balls to the wall in two new jobs, two, not just one, two.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, totally changed like every careers, like complete change of careers, complete change in um, just like lifestyle, everything, and completely different state. My life's been flipped, turned upside down,
Yeah.
and it's not Bel Air.
Dude, you did stagehand for what, 6 years?
Seven,
7.
7 years. Yeah,
Yeah. I
some
did
of the
it
hardest
for.
7 years of my life.
Dude, describe what it was like starting into that field.
As a
For you.
stagehand,
Yeah.
starting into the stagehand field was like living in constant confusion
Oh, yeah.
for probably the first like year.
Dude, that first
And
year is miserable.
even then, like after like the first year, it got to the point where it was like, okay, I kind of understand. The hell is that? All the time, you're just like, wait, hold on, what is that?
What?
I haven't seen this before. I've been around for a year. I've seen everything, right? No, you ain't seen
No, you
anything
ain't
yet.
seen nothing yet.
Not even close. And I think that was like the biggest thing for me. Yeah, just seeing a lot of new things. Like, I mean, I was in chorus in school. Like, music was never something different for me, but actually, like the technical side was huge. I mean, I did theater in high school, and not even that even remotely prepared me for what I walked
Dude,
into.
nothing prepares you for it.
No, no, not unless you are absolutely effed in the head.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the, that's the only time that it works. Is if you're completely just off your rocker.
Well, that's.
Apparently, I'm off my rocker because I
Yeah.
fit in just fine.
Now we do. Well,
Yeah,
I don't anymore.
yeah. I've been told by pretty much every production company in Sioux Falls, like, hey, if you ever need some work, just let us know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What was
all
your
right.
What was your first show?
First official show.
Yeah.
Uh, Brantley Gilbert back in 2015. Wait,
Was that his blacked out tour or something like that?
I think so. Yeah,
Or
because
no,
I was
what the
working.
fuck tour? Or
No,
what the hell?
no, it would have been the one before that.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head. This was my very first show. I had no idea what I was doing.
You
I
walk
just
in green, you're
remember,
just like,
dude. Yeah, no, it was a teardown for him too.
oh,
Like
that,
that was the first thing I ever did was a teardown for him. No idea what I was doing. Antsy to get to work though. But
yeah.
oh man, I had just I had just got off of. Actually, I I was about to be on my way out from working at Citibank. So what I was doing there, I was doing credit card. I was a credit card specialist.
Neat.
No, not at all. The most soul-sucking job you could ever do. If you don't have a soul, you'll fit in just fine. Yeah. So I was like really bored, like of the same routine, and a buddy of mine was all like, "Hey, I know you work hard. You wanna come, work as a stagehand?" I'm like, "Sure." Like, how hard could that
I
be?
guess.
Moving some stuff around and wrapping cables up. That doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, until you start wrapping cables wrong, and then Rob just rips your throat.
So luckily, my friend who got me into it actually gave me some pointers before I walked in there. So luckily, I had some help, and I kind of avoided the cables as much as I could. Somehow, miraculously, I was able to avoid most of the cables because he told me, like, if you fuck up these cables, Rob will kill you. And I'm like, noted.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting like complimented. They're like, "You're one of like the hardest people we've ever worked with. How long have you been doing this for?" And I'm like, first time.
Was that at the Swift X Center or Swiftall Center up in Brookings?
I think
when
so.
they gave out like purple, blue, and yellow shirts.
I think so.
Yeah, that was the second Brantley Gilbert show I worked that year.
No.
Because did you work him again?
You weren't there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you weren't with DMM yet. I was in with DMM a little bit before you, I think.
Okay.
A little bit. Because by the time you had joined, Taylor had already been with us for like a couple months, I think, or like had started doing some stagehand stuff around town for a couple months or so.
Okay.
Those times are a little hazy.
Yeah, no, dude. Just starting off.
Man.
Just
we're working from like 7 in the morning until
2 in the morning. Yeah.
Like, 2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah, you're gonna be completely fried. You're just not gonna have some of those memories just because you won't.
Yeah, no.
You're on autopilot for 90% of it.
The first show I met you was Luke Bryan, right? Or was that because that was my first show up there, I think. When
yes,
that's when I met Travis.
Yes, I believe it was. I believe that was the first concert you and I actually worked together.
Yeah.
No, that was not the first show we ever worked together because we were actually decent friends at that point, or like we were like at least like talking to each other.
Acquaintances, yeah.
It was actually a Swifttail show that you and I worked together one time, and you and I ended up huffing a bunch of deck together. If I remember correctly, we literally hoisted a bunch of deck at the Swifttail.
Dude, that sounds like every other show.
I know it does. 90% of the shows at the Swifttail is. Oh yeah, remember that one time we huffed deck, and you mean like, oh, every time you mean?
If you don't know what huffing deck is, it's setting up like lifting 100-pound decks for 3 hours on end.
No, they weren't quite 100 pounds. They're like
they felt like it after the second one.
If they were the heavy decks, yeah, they were over 100 pounds. If they were the lighter ones, they were like 70 something.
Yeah, but 70 pounds over and over and over again.
Try to huff on your you don't want to do that on your own.
You can't do it on your own. It's just miserable.
I mean, you can if you want a back injury.
Well, this was when my back injury was getting to the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I remember you explicitly saying, "And I'm doing all this work with a back injury, and none of you all are keeping up." And I'm just chuckling because like I'm working alongside you, and I'm just like,
God, my back hurts.
Fucking feels too, dude. Because I have my own back injury that hasn't been diagnosed, but is nowhere near as bad as what you got from the court. So I had no room to complain. So like I only bitched. Like I bitched like a little bit. I was like, I'm not gonna push the issue.
Yeah, dude, I have anger issues. Oh man.
Yeah. Back then, you got pretty grumpy pretty quick. But then again, there's a lot of incompetence.
Oh, my leg hurts. My leg hurts.
But then also at the Swift Hill, there was a lot of college kids.
Yeah, that have never
Lot of
worked a day in
college
their life.
Yeah, I've seen people walk into that place wearing high heels.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. High heels.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Also, I've seen people wearing flats, sandals. Notice
Yeah.
how these are all typically women's clothing. I've seen.
Yeah, you've seen me.
'Cause-
You saw me work in my Sanex. My slip-ons.
Oh
My slippers.
Those fucking shoes, dude. Those shoes made me mad to look at because those things were so old and ragged and dirty, dude. If you've ever seen the meme of like the shoe when the dude threw a chip in his shoe and he was like, he could have done that with his shoe easily.
Oh man.
Yeah, he could have easily have done that with his shoe.
Yeah. And these people were actually in like work boots and stuff, and I was out working them in my slippers.
That's a used toe.
Dude, I don't know how I
do that.
didn't.
Don't be like this guy.
So, my very very first show was Willie Nelson.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
For show.
All I did was load out though, so I didn't do the load in.
Ah,
And you're sitting there just like,
hi. What should I do next?
hey, push this. Okay.
Okay.
That's basically all your first show is you push this.
Yeah. Yes, man.
Yes, master. You don't push it too early. 'Cause if you push that shit too early up onto the truck, you get your ass chewed. And for good reason, because they have their own system to do it. It has to go in at the same pace. It has to be perfect. Just because half these trucks, like they're loaded like 3 inches from the end, and
the brim.
if it's not exact, it just doesn't fit. How many times did you have to?
Every swear word in the book.
Oh yeah, how many times did you have to unload a full truck because somebody messed it up?
Honestly,
Yeah.
once.
Yep. Same here.
And that's because I never let it happen again.
Yeah. Dude, nope.
I was the guy that was like truck master. If the guy who was supposed to be loading the truck wasn't doing it, I was the one calling the shots. I'm like, you don't move.
Dude,
Don't.
I worked at the district in Sioux Falls one show. It was for Chase Rice. It's some country singer.
Just some guy.
Some country singer.
Just some dude.
Yeah. I almost walked out halfway through. Halfway through the loadout.
Super unorganized.
Dude, super unorganized because that's how it was. And they didn't know how to load a truck. And I got fucking smashed. Like just... Yep. I walked
Was
over
it
to... was it John? Is that his name? Yeah. Was it John? Or what's that guy's name over there?
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Schmidt. Yep.
Yep.
Witch Hunt
So-
Productions.
I walked up to him and was just like, no, never call me again. Never. He's like, why? Because you got these guys who are higher than shit and just don't listen.
Yeah, that has definitely been tapered though since that though.
Oh,
Like,
really?
A lot, yeah. Like John's definitely like whipped the crew around to being something that's you can rely on. I mean, there's a few, and I won't name them,
No.
but there's a few that have some things that they need to work on. But
They need to work on their listening skills.
that too. But there is a crew and a B crew, and the crew that typically works there is not the A crew.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's the people
Even
who...
some of the A crew is a little have their moments.
Dude, I think it was the C crew when I went out there. Like the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, never again.
Yeah, I worked a lot of those shows that I ever worked at the district are always ones that I like wanted to go see.
Yeah.
And just like get paid for it.
Whatever, I'll get paid to watch this.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's one show was Asking Alexandria. I got to be security for backstage, and I was off to the side so I could watch the show. And unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to any of the band members because I'm a huge Asking Alexandria fan. Huge. And I've been around. I've been around since pretty much beginning. I think that was on the second album is when I joined.
Join the fanboy club.
Join the fanboy club. Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah, so, I have some bragging rights, but not.
Yeah. Shit. What was the best show that you worked? Trying to get back on topic a little bit.
Context. Like define best show.
The one that you brag about all the time.
The one I brag about all the time. I brag about a lot of shows actually, because they all have their moments where they were awesome, where they're just like absolutely killer. Whether it was watching the show, or it was you could feel the energy of the crowd. You could literally feel the pressure and the weight of the people screaming. Like it's the closest thing to being on stage without actually being on stage. I've felt a lot of those moments. I don't have one in particular, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
There's just too many different moments in too many different places.
Did you ever have a holy crap, I'm glad I didn't do this at a show, after a show, or anything like that?
Like that I didn't do this particular part of the job, or
So here's my oh shit, I'm glad I didn't do that. So Old Dominion, they were out here. I've told you this one, right? Yeah. So I was out, and just got done doing the show, and this was during Singer-Songwriter Festival, and I ended up somehow drinking with them and just chilling out, having a good time. They invited me up to their suite for a party, an after party, or an after party.
sweet.
I ended up turning it down.
Cool.
I didn't go up there. The next day, I got approached by security at the Grand. They're like, "Did you go up to this party? Somebody said that you went up to this party." I was like, "No, I didn't." Like, "Yeah, you did." It's like, "Dude, go watch cameras." I was like, "Why are you trying to ask me if I went up there?" He's like, "Some chick got raped up there, and they're trying to say it was you." That's my oh shit, I'm glad I didn't go to that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Dude. Luckily that is a casino and there's cameras everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Luckily, I can say that I've never had a moment like that where it was even close.
Your mic just went out. Okay, you're back.
I didn't go out. It's
Yeah, no,
fine.
you just went silent.
I tapped it. I tapped it once.
Oh, okay.
That might have been what you heard. Yeah, I've never had a moment like that. Luckily, I've always been like, go to work, go home, go to bed, go to work, go home, go to bed.
Dude, working at the Grand, I got to drink with a lot of people.
Yeah, that's lucky. I never got an opportunity like that.
So I got to hang out with Matt Ramsey from Old Dominion for a little bit, probably a couple hours, and who else? Eli Young Band. Got to drink with them a little bit. Not much. Like they offered me a shot or something, and I took it. They gave me a fifth of Jägermeister. I got to not really.
I quite a few of those stories. Where they like give you stuff.
Yeah.
I got quite a few of those.
I ended up doing security a couple weeks ago and got to hang out with Parker McCollum. He's an up and coming country guy.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I was doing security. Chicks were all gathered outside of his tour bus, and he goes out and like honks the horn. He's like, "Oh crap! Does that mean I have to leave?" I was like, "Yeah, that's."
Yeah, you told me that story.
Yeah,
I think you told me that
the day after. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me the day after because we ended up playing game Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
really the day after, you're all like, to make up for Saturday, we'll play on Sunday. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, and it was fun. Got to hang out with Parker McCollum for like an hour and a half or so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool when you get to hang out with the artists. As I said, I never really got that opportunity to do that, which is. I mean, I've hung out with crews quite a bit.
Dude, the crews are a lot of
Time
fun.
hanging with the crew is more fun than hanging out with the actual band.
You get to learn, like, you talk about how does this person, how are they as a person? You're like, really? Honestly, you want to know? It's like, kinda. I'm not gonna tell you. All right, that bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's one time I was doing it was out at this casino. It was for Scott Stamp. Scott Stamp, yeah. He was the lead singer of oh, what was he the lead singer of? Shoot. I don't remember. Hold on, I gotta look this up real quick. I gotta look this up real quick. Scott Stapp, not Stamp, Stapp. He's the lead singer of Creed.
Okay.
So I got to work with him on one of his like individual shows that he was doing, and his audio guy had actually worked for Ronnie Radke for Falling in Reverse.
Okay.
Which is another one of my favorite bands, and he literally verified the information that I already knew about Ronnie, which the fact that he's a huge asshole.
Oh yeah.
And I was all like, oh yeah, I knew that he was a whole like huge asshole. And he's like, man, he had the stage sound so loud, it was hitting about 110 on stage.
Dude, no.
He is basically deaf in like one side. I think his left side. He's like completely deaf, and it's like, you know, those stories are not that far in between, especially with people who do rock music and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
all the time. A lot of those older bands, like most of them, just they can't hear. Even some bands, like some of the older bands, the lead singer, when he's off stage, nothing.
yeah.
Like they're like robots. It's the weirdest thing. And then they get up on stage and it's, whoa, party! I know all the words to all the songs. And they get off stage and they're like, what happened?
Huh? What? Like,
Who are you?
they don't know where they're at.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I've seen it in person. It's kind of sad. It's like all the drug use from the past and you caught up with them.
It's like seeing Ozzy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he can keep a coherent thought still.
Yeah. Somewhat.
Sometimes it mumbles off, but that's kind of expected for someone so like, do I call him old?
I heard that he's getting back to normal because of all the drugs that not the drugs, but like the medicine that he was on was messing up his brain and his speech and stuff.
No, I wouldn't doubt it though either. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Yeah, but I could just be making something up and pulling something out of my ass.
Also true.
Yeah.
Fair.
You know,
Fair.
I have some pretty crazy dreams sometimes.
They're pretty lucid sometimes.
Yeah. But
I don't know what I'm dreaming of. I'm not. It's all the drugs, you know.
don't want to talk about that. Oh, who?
Yeah.
You just switched your screen.
I did. I know. My computer's so touchy all the time.
But I'm about ready to cut this thing a little bit short since it took us, what, half hour, 45 minutes to get your camera working?
Canon. Figure your stuff out. Or I'm switching. Actually,
Dude.
Probably before you ever see this, I have already switched. So
Probably. How long did it take me to fix it?
yeah, it was one button too. It was one button in the OBS settings, which is a whole nother thing I won't even get into. OBS.
Yeah.
Love you, I hate you, all at the same time. Fix my frames.
So,
But
same time next week. Well, hopefully a little bit earlier.
it'll be earlier because I saw what you did, so we shouldn't run into that issue again.
Hopefully. All right, so that was good. Hanging out, talking about some stagehand stuff. Next week we're gonna make it up probably on the fly, just like we did this week. If you guys have anything that you want us to talk about, any of our past experience,
Mm-hmm.
Keelan's life,
Yeah.
my growing up and stuff. Don't want to talk about that because I don't know much of it, but that's a song for a different story. Huh?
Feel free to ask questions. I know a lot of people have a lot of stagehand questions and just like what's it like to work with bands. Feel free to ask. I get it all the time. So I got plenty of stories, and so does he.
I'm on that side.
Oh, you're on that side?
Yeah,
Oh, for me, you're on that side.
I'm on that side.
You're on that side?
Yeah,
Just me?
that side.
That side and that side. Both sides.
Only on Thursdays.
Fair.
But yeah, no. Good hanging out, dude. Hopefully we get a couple comments of what people want to hear and whatnot.
I really want comments. I would love to answer questions.
Absolutely.
Would. That'd be fun.
And we can have a Q&A or whatever. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
something
Q&As are fun.
that we can look forward to in the future. But yeah, again, not gonna edit this, so have fun, guys. Bye. Again, I'm Hugh. That's Keelan. You can see the names right there and over there. Twitter handles down below
My Twitter handle.
at Lantrace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think that's my Twitter handle. I
Well,
think it's the real Lantrace.
no real Lantrace is your Twitter.
I believe that's my hand
Oh.
my handle. I haven't. Had
Well,
to
then
give
it's
it out
probably
before.
wrong.
Oh no.
Well, that's where you can get him when you go onto Twitch or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my Twitch too. So, all right. Well, Mr. _Jazzerciser, but toodaloo, guys. All right,
Bye.
bye.